If you have no Amazon KDP sales, here are 9 ways to fix them. What's going on, guys? Sean here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to the channel, I talk about self-publishing, building passive income streams, and retiring early, and the many lessons and failures I learned along the way from my own self-publishing business. So if you're interested in that, then leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. So in this video, we're talking about 9 potential reasons why you're not making Amazon KDP sales. Each one is pretty crucial, so make sure you're not making these mistakes, and let's get right into it. So just to quickly explain who I am, if you're new to the channel, I was able to build my KDP business to $35,000 a month average in the year of 2021. And even before that, I was maintaining, multiple 6 figures a year in terms of how much I was making from my self-publishing business. This is just some of the screenshot of the income. So I definitely see what works and what doesn't when it comes to self-publishing, and here are the 9 biggest reasons why you might not be making any sales. So the first reason is that your keyword is simply not in demand. So you must find keywords people are already searching for on Amazon. This is literally one of the biggest mistakes people make is they first off don't even understand what a keyword is. So they think something is a keyword, but it's not. And at the same time, they might understand what a keyword is, but it's actually something that nobody's looking for. So you have to make sure that the keyword is in demand, meaning people are actually searching for that on Amazon. So what is the easiest way to find that out? All right, so let's say you're checking a keyword, coloring books for kids. Okay, so how do you make sure that people are looking for that on Amazon? Well, if you start typing in the keyword coloring book, right? Amazon tells you what other keywords people are typing in based on the drop-down suggestion that you get. So those are all the keywords that other customers are typing in. From the top, it's in order from the most searched to the least searched, okay? Now, the cool thing is there is this free plugin called Huge Amazon Search Suggestion Expander. So as you can see, with this free plugin, which you can find in the Google Chrome store, you start typing in a word and it starts expanding this search suggestion so that you can get a ton more ideas. But the point is, if it shows up here, then that means there are some searches going on, because there has to be enough searches on Amazon for it to register it and show it to you in the search suggestion here. So that is like the easiest way to validate that people are actually searching for this as a keyword. All right, so reason number 2 is that keyword is too competitive. So even though you found a keyword that people are actually searching for and people are buying a book on the topic, if the keyword is too competitive, then your book will not be seen by other people because it gets buried, right? So how do you check for competition? Well, the easiest way is to check here in the search results. So typically you want this number to be lower the better. Because if you see 20,000 results for this keyword, coloring books for kids age 4 to 8, then that means there are 20,000 other books that is ranking for this. And although you're not technically competing with 20,000 people, because most of the books is probably not that good. So if you make a good book, you're not really competing with them, but still lower the better because it just gets easier in terms of competition. Another way to look at it is just simply looking at books on page 1 and see how many books on page 1 doesn't really have a good cover, right? So if you make a better cover, you can probably stand out. How many books on page 1 doesn't really have a ton of reviews? Like this book right here, it has no reviews. So if you come up with a book, right, get more reviews, you'll probably rank higher than this one. Same as this one, right? It has one-star review. So it might be selling well, but it's probably not going to last for a long time. So you come in here with an actually good book that gets 5-star reviews, you get those reviews, and it'll start selling well, and eventually will surpass this book in terms of ranking. So that is how you really analyze competition, is you can do it on an individual book basis on page 1, but at the same time, you want to look at the overall search results too. All right, reason number 3 is your keywords are too broad, which is kind of similar to reason number 2, because if your keyword is competitive, a lot of times that means it's also too broad too. So you must niche down to appeal to a target audience. So a good example of this is, instead of just publishing a book called word search book, try and niche down. What kind of word search is it? What type of audience do you want to make the book for, right? So you can do a word search for future astronaut, Or you can do a word search for, birthdays for moms, right? But you want to be very specific on who you're talking to and don't just be broad. So let me show you how you can niche down easily. So we are on the keyword word search right now. And from here, we want to niche down because 30,000 results is way too much, right? And we want to break this down. So one technique that you can do is use the alphabet technique. So you start by typing in A and see what Amazon suggests you with everything that starts with A, right? And if you don't like anything you see, or you want to see what else you can find, then type in B and then you type in C. And combining this with this free plugin, the Search Suggestion Expander, you're gonna get so much keyword ideas and so many different paths that you can niche down into. Okay, so that is the alphabet technique. Now there's another way that is by far the easiest way to find good niches to go into, and that is using the tool Bookbeam. So this does require a little bit of money, but if you're willing to invest in this tool, it is the fastest and easiest way to do keyword research. So just as an example, if you go to the niche finder here, and let's just sort to top selling self-published word search books. So just by clicking here, and obviously you can adjust these metrics, on your own, but there are some preset metrics too, right? So what this does is it'll sort through the entire Amazon store and it'll only find books, right? Only the books, not the audiobooks. So it'll only find books that has word search in the title that has a bestsellers rank between 1 to 35,000 that is also self-published. So this is like the best books that you want to find in terms of finding out whether this, topic or this keyword is profitable or not. So just by clicking here, find books, you're going to get a ton of ideas here in summer word search, large print, variety puzzle books for adults, large print memory word search for kids ages 8 to 10. So there's a ton. Obviously there is a lot more here, but I'm not gonna show you every single one because I want to reserve that for people who are actually paying this tool. But that is one way to niche down using Bookbeam. It's an amazing tool. You just have to pay a little bit for it, but if you're willing to do that, then I'll leave a link below this video for you guys to check it out. All right, so reason number 4 is your cover is not attractive. So the reality is people do judge a book by its cover, and it's the most important element. It's actually literally the most important element after your keyword. So if you're looking at this two cover, right, which is better, left or right? And I would assume most of you will say the left. It's way more clean. The colors, pop better. You don't really want like a dark, cover for no reason, right? Especially because Amazon has a white background. There is not a good color contrast going on here. The next one is here, which is better, WTF on the left or WTF is my password on the right. And I would assume most of you will say that, the right is better. It's much more cleaner. The image is, more attractive. The color contrast is better. So the point is, covers are very, very important. You want to make sure that it's good. If you can make covers on your own on Canva, that is actually good, then definitely do it. But if you don't have the skill set to create beautiful covers, then you should probably outsource it to someone who can. And if you might be wondering, well, how much does it cost to outsource a book cover? Well, actually, you can just do it on Fiverr if you want to be budget friendly. And you can get an ebook cover for $10 with someone like this gig, right? And this is one of the most popular book cover design gigs on Fiverr. A lot of self-publishers use it, and you can see that it has a 4.9 reviews out of 41,000 reviews, and there are currently 230 orders in queue. So again, it's extremely popular. And if you guys want to give this gig a try, I'll leave a link below this video. But you can see some of the samples. It's amazing. And obviously not all covers will actually come out like the samples because the samples are best case scenario. But these are the recent covers that was just delivered. And it's actually, decent, especially for fiction books. And if you want a gig that can design low content covers, then I'll show you another one right after this. So this gig right here will create a low content book cover, the print version, for just $15. And you can see some of the samples, and it looks pretty good, except for this one. I'm not sure what that is, but the point is, you don't have to spend a ton of money, and you don't even have to design it yourself if you don't really know how to do so. But the main thing is make sure your cover is really, really good, because people do judge a book by its cover. All right, reason number 5 is your book title. So if you don't have the keyword in the title, then your book will not show up for that keyword. So that could be why. If your book title has grammatical errors, that is a huge thing that you don't want to do. So definitely another possible cause for it. If your book title is too long, that's not good. But if your book title is too short, that is not good as well. If your book title is ripping off other people's title, then obviously you're just gonna collect a bunch of negative reviews. So you always want to be unique in terms of your book title. And if your book title is very vague and it doesn't really tell you what it is about, then that's another possible reason why you're missing out on sales. You want to be very clear on what the book is about. So this is just an example. We have the password book, internet password book, password logbook, 120 pages. This person is just stuffing keywords. And then compared to that, we have the Box Clever Press password book with alphabetical tabs. So very, very clear on what it is about. Okay. Never forget a password again, kind of illustrating the benefit a little bit. Password keeper for all your internet details. Untitled password notebook for home or office. So super detailed. You can argue that he's stuffing keywords a little bit, but still it's much better than the above example. All right, reason number 6 is your book description. So your book description is what people see right before they buy, and it must sell the potential customers into buying. So your book description is very, very important again, because it's the last thing people see, and you want to make sure you convince them that they should buy the book rather than, talk them out of why they shouldn't, right? So in this example, you see that the book description is very short. It's not very visually appealing, and it's just very, very lazy. And typically that's what happens with low content book spammers, because they publish so many books that they don't really have time to put in the book description, right? Which is not what you want to do. So you want to kind of slow down, make sure the book description is written well, like this one. So we have the headline with the big bold text, and then talk about what the book is about. We got the features and bullet points, okay, and a call to action at the end, which is exactly the structure that you want for your book description. So the structure when it comes to this is, again, we got the headline. We want to relate a little bit. We have the bullet points and talking about what the book is about, okay? And we have the relate more, overcome objection. I have a separate video on this, by the way, if you want to kind of go deep into writing a book description. But the last is the call to action. So you want to make sure you always end with scroll up and click add to cart, or, click the buy now button today or something like that, telling people to purchase the book. Now, if you guys don't want to write the book description yourself, there are different Fiverr gigs that you can outsource this to. The best one by far is this guy right here, Sneers94. So I've used him multiple times. I've recommended him in the past as well. But he got a literal 5-star review overall out of 2,400 reviews. And you can see that he will write a book description for you exactly the way that I showed you just now for just $45. So if you guys want to give him a try, the link is below this video as well. But this will be a good option if you want to outsource the description. All right, reason number 7 is that you simply do not have enough reviews. So reviews are one of the biggest factors in selling your book. There is no denying that the more reviews you have, the more sales you'll probably make. So you want to try and get to 20 to 40 reviews minimum for every single book that you have before you move on to the next one. A lot of people, they invest so much time and money into making a book, they upload it, and then they don't follow through with it, right? They don't do any marketing, any review gathering. They think that just because you have a good book, it should eventually be discovered by Amazon. But unfortunately, that's not the case. You have to make sure you market your book. You have to make sure to tell people about the book for it to be discovered. So, it's very, very important to do all the steps on creating a great book. But once it's published, you want to follow through and gather those reviews. So how do you get reviews? Well, essentially, every single review strategy is the same thing. You're giving out a free copy of your book as an ARC copy. So ARC stands for Advanced Review Copy. But you're giving out a free copy of your book in exchange for possibly receiving a review. So how do you give out a free copy of your book? Where do you find these people? Well, social media is a great place for this, specifically Facebook groups. So all you have to do is type in what your book is about. So if you have a coloring book, you can type in coloring book, right? And then go to groups here. to the left. And there's a bunch of groups like this one, Coloring Books for Adults, 60,000 members, 10 plus posts a day. You want to make sure you join a group that is active, right? And once you join, you start engaging with them, make friends, engage in posts, make some, valuable posts. Don't just go in and immediately start pitching and saying, who wants a free copy of my book, in exchange for a review, or, don't just post a link saying, hey, review my book, right? Do not do that. Offer value first. And once people get to know you, then say, hey guys, I actually came up with a coloring book, or any book that you have. I would love it if you want to read it. I'm happy to give it to you for free. And, I would love to receive your feedback if you're open to it in the future. Once people, say, yes, I want it, you send them a free copy and you follow up with them around 2 weeks later. And then you tell them, hey, did you, enjoy the book? If you did, could you please leave a review on Amazon? And you send them a link to your book on Amazon. And hopefully, people will do that for you. Not everyone will review the book. A lot of people will not. So it's really a numbers game. But that is how you can get reviews for your book for pretty much free. You just have to, put in the work and put in the time to go and communicate with these people. So reason number 8 is you're not marketing your book. So yes, you do get organic sales from Amazon just by having your book up there, which is the great thing about Amazon, because there are already existing customers going to Amazon looking to buy. So just by uploading your book, you will make some sales. However, if you want to make a lot more money, then it's very important to market your book. So it's a little tricky to go into exactly how to do that. So I shot a separate video on marketing your book. If you guys want to check it out, just check out my previous videos on my channel. Now, for those who are already running ads and it's taking a ton of time, or if you're struggling with running Amazon ads, then I will recommend a service that will run Amazon ads for you. So it's basically a done-for-you Amazon ad management service. So they will create new campaigns for you, they will run it for you, and they will optimize the ad for you. This is the exact service that I've used from making 10K a month to 35K a month from my publishing business. So the service is called Asdroid. This is the website. I will also leave a link in the description for you guys to check it out. But what you can do is you can book a free strategy session with them and see if their service is a fit for you, because it's not really a fit for every single person, right? So you really have to talk to them and see if your specific situation is a fit for their service. So again, I'll leave a link below if you guys want to go and talk to them. All right, the final reason number 9 is you don't have an email list and you're not building one. So if you want full control of your publishing business, you must start building your own email list. So once your email list is built, all you literally have to do is send one email and you can get a ton of sales and reviews. So if you don't have your email list though, every single book that you publish, you're essentially starting from scratch, right? And you don't really have control because, the sales and reviews really comes down to Facebook groups, that I just showed you, running Amazon ads. And sometimes you don't have full control of that because it's really up to Amazon. But if you have an email list, you can essentially get sales and reviews on demand. So building an email list is another thing that is kind of hard to explain in a very quick and short way. But if you're curious about, what kind of emails do I send, right? What kind of lead magnet do I create? How do I even go about that? Well, the easiest way to learn is to find somebody else in your niche that is doing exactly that successfully. So let's say you're in a would you rather niche and this is your competitor that is very, very successful. All you have to do is look inside and you will see that typically most people that offers a lead magnet opt-in will put it in the top couple pages of the book. Okay, so if you look at this book right here, you can see that they are offering a bonus ebook. Just go to puzzlepalsbooks.com/kids. Okay, and they are offering this book for free. So if you go to the website, it looks like this. And essentially, you can get ideas on how you should build your email list by just modeling, somebody else that is doing it successfully. So I'm not saying go and rip off everything that they do, but you want to get ideas, you want to model success, and that is completely fine. So you can even subscribe to their email list to see what kind of emails they're sending and what other, stuff that they are pitching to their audience. All right, guys, so that is the 9 reasons why you may not be making any sales. This was a pretty detailed video and much longer than any normal videos that I filmed. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this and got a lot of value. But if you guys want to learn exactly how to implement every single one of these strategies, I do have a complete publishing course. If you want to check it out, the link is below this video, as well as all the tools and resources that I mentioned throughout this video, also in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like and also subscribing. You know, a lot of people who watch my videos aren't subscribed, but it would really mean a lot if you subscribe it, because that does show me that people enjoy these videos, which gives me a reason to keep making it. If no one's liking or subscribing, then I don't even know if people like my videos, right? So I may stop making it altogether. So if you do enjoy it, let me know. And any questions, let me know in the comments as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.